Yeah, we've been live this whole time.
I mean, it's not like I've said anything embarrassing. I've been...
Also, it's not like I've never done something like that before. And hello, citizens of the internet.
Now we're live.
Mm-hmm.
Mail.
Right, you know, like starting without telling you guys to potentially embarrass you. You know, when have I ever done anything like that?
And when, like... what makes you think we just won't embarrass ourselves when we know we're on stream?
It's more fun when you don't know.
I mean, do you know how many times I've misspoken on this stream knowing we were live?
I kind of lost
You know how many
count.
changes they went on this channel? Like how many changes just go nowhere?
Hello, Iguana
it'd be a
Boy. Hello,
lot.
Mike. Stop watching Wheel of the Worst. I'm sorry, but I guess who's back again? Gemma's back. Yes.
I'm here and I'm eating leftover lasagna.
But Gemma Field, today is Tuesday. You should be eating it on Monday to make the day less awful.
Yeah, but I had a nice Monday.
What? Those exist? My entire world is out of whack now.
Yeah, I've had some pretty nice Mondays. Like Wednesdays are usually hit and miss.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Iguana Boy says Kenzie accidentally says the N-word on stream. Hello, Cam.
Never.
Embarrassing yourself in front of other people? That's basically my whole thing. Cam. Joins 1 second in, Gemma. We've been live this whole time. I mean, technically, yes.
I mean, they're not wrong.
And yes, Tap Taff is back.
And just so you know, Manny, it is, in fact, Tap Taff.
Yes, we went over this last time.
I know.
Yes, Tap Taff is a permanent member. Lasagna Scott eats lasagna. Or eats lasagna.
Yeah, it's deep fried and covered in grease. No, I'm joking.
Gemma, I meant to bring up this video to you a while back when I found it, but Iguana brought it up since it was posted in Cortex Club. Can you say purple burglar alarm?
I've been meaning to post that. I know exactly what he's referencing to.
Purple burglar alarm.
Very good.
Yeah, to be fair, I have practiced this. for this, because I remember trying to say it the first time and I was going, purple burglar, well, what? Purple burglar. There we go.
Scott ever started, what led a Scottish person to say this that led to the revelation that they in fact cannot say it?
I think it might have been Limmy. I don't know.
Michael.
Well, if I do it in because at the moment I'm doing a play, on in June, so we're doing rehearsals for it every week, and the director wanted me to be more Scottish than I already am, so if I sort of just tighten my accent up a little bit, and I say something like purple burglar alarm, it's really difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so how do you accomplish that? Are you literally just like wearing a kilt, ripping off your shirt to show a Scottish flag painted on your chest and yelling "I or die"?
I mean, it's along those lines.
It's a little more indecent when a woman does it.
Little bit, So it's very, very tasteful. And I only have to walk across the road because the place that I do my rehearsals now is literally, I can see it from my house. So
nice.
yeah, because it's just at the hall across the road, and so I don't have to walk very far, and all I do is just spend the entire time speaking in a very, very prominent Scottish accent. So as soon as I go into it, I'm just right in there.
Nice.
Right in there with all that, It's method, I know, but
Hello, Kay.
It-
Glad you could join us.
for some reason, oh, there we go. I was going to say for some reason I couldn't open up the link, and then kept saying bad gateway, and now the link is open.
Ah.
So.
Hello, apostrophe music. But speaking of Kay being here now and like Scottish accents, earlier we decided that Raptor wants a corgi. So
Everyone wants a corgi.
Cam suggested that we just like sneak in National Treasure style to the palace and take one of the queens. So I said, Kay was like, "Oh, can we get fish and chips afterwards?" And I was like, "Whoa. No. We're not doing it afterwards. We're doing it during the heist. I'm going to send you to get all of us fish and chips while I wait in the car. You are going to be the McRae to my Steel."
Excellent.
Well, what if we wait until they are having fish and chips night in the palace? And then we send Kay to the kitchens.
No, she needs to get it from like a roadside, like, little shop. And then when she's leaving the car, I need to yell out the window after her, "Don't forget the Iron Brews."
Yeah, but somewhere like, oh my god, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, there's some proper like pun names for chippies in Scotland. It's great.
That's excellent.
Oh, I'm sure there are.
And Gemma, I have to say, for pun names, while I'm enjoying iZombie, meat cute.
Kenzie would have a field day with iZombie.
God damn it.
Like the main character is called Liv Moore.
What was it?
The main character is called Liv Moore, and she's a zombie. Liv.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Alright, now before we get started, Gemma, can you tell us for 10 Dreams where this starts, really?
Okay, yes. So, I would start at the before reading bit. So because, right, okay, I'm just going to look through this 2 seconds.
Okay.
So, I haven't actually... This one person, obviously this is somebody that's taken it from somewhere, and they've decided to try and analyze it. So I would just not bother with the bit where it says analysis and very educated guesses. And also, I would just also I wouldn't go into the symbolism either, because who knows if this is any if this actually makes sense.
Gotcha.
So I just go to the end where the stars are after Dream 10. Yeah. There we go. Because unfortunately, the only way I was able... It seems to be a very word of mouth type thing. So I have a feeling this one person just sort of like watched a YouTube video with it and then interpreted it.
Okay, so after Dream 10 is Last Thoughts.
Yeah, it's like basically after Dream 10, just ignore the rest.
Okay, so read everything. So read everything from the red painting down to Last Thoughts.
Yeah, let's hold on. Yep. Yeah, I would just avoid Last Thoughts, avoid analysis and very educated guesses, avoid symbolism, and just read up to where Dream 10 ends. Yeah. There we go.
Okay,
To be fair, I'm good.
my confusion is because for me it says analysis and very educated guesses, and then goes down to like Dream 1, Dream 2.
Oh well, it's different for me. It seems.
Can someone just fucking explain why someone's literally trying to English essay a creepypasta?
I've no clue. This was posted 6 years ago, though. If you look at the top. So yeah. All right. I'm gonna screen grab and then there we go.
This is a very professional setup, guys.
Very much so, because obviously I'm doing it via my phone and it looks different to me.
Oh, wait,
I do
wait.
like that this is on a group called Just Japan.
Oh, wait. Yes.
Japanamino.
Join Japanamino to share in the culture of Nihon.
Yeah.
I won't be doing that. I still don't know what this website even is. I don't like forums. They confuse me.
Like I don't like forums. I don't know what they're about.
They scare me.
I am sorry to hear that, Karin-san. Would you like a spinning roll?
So there we go. I've put where to read up like the link to start. Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Right, yeah.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, it lists like the dreams twice. Yeah, once is the actual story, the other's the editing. Okay, or the analysis.
Yeah, there we go.
All right. So, I'm not going to say that before I'm actually ready to go. How we all doing today? I'm not actually asking, I'm just killing time. Oh, well, it's okay for you to answer, Gemma.
Thank you.
Oh, hang on, we're buffering. Oh, no, we're back.
Alright, so, without further ado, this is 10 Dreams. Where are you?
I really like the setting of the mood.
Yes. Alright, so, before reading, this legend isn't known to be actually cursed, but if you ever get it, good for you. Many words have been changed in order to avoid plagiarism. Don't think that's really how that works, but okay.
Okay, I'm so glad you said it because you had no idea how much I wanted to be a smartass with that.
Warning, if you hear this story, you'll have the same dream within 3 days. So, alright, so since there are 4 of us here, how about I will take the first 3. Gemma, since you suggested the story, do you want to read the following 4?
Yep.
Or wait, no, I'm doing this wrong. I can't math.
So there's 10 dreams. So the way it could work out is if we all read 2.
Yes.
And then the last 2 can be read by whoever.
Okay. So we'll go in the usual order. Me, you, Kenzie, Raptor.
Yeah.
Nuki Duke.
You will dream for 10 consecutive nights. For every night, there will be a rule that you must follow. Dream number 1. You're lying in bed in your room, and you notice a girl in the window. Rule number 1. Let her into your room. Dream 2. The girl is now in your room. Because she's looking down, and because of her long hair, you're unable to see her face. You hear her muttering something, and after a while, you begin to understand what she's saying. It sounds like, please, please. Rule number 2, let her lie next to you in bed.
Dream 3. She is lying next to you in bed now. You can see her face clearly and it's very badly burnt. Rule number 3. Don't cry out once you see her face. Dream 4. You get out of bed and the girl says, let's go to the park. Rule number 4. Go to the park with the girl without saying a word.
Dream 5. You're now at the park and you see someone pushing a stroller. Taking a closer look, you see that the mother is a cat and the baby is a dog, or vice versa. Rule number 5. You must kill either one of them. Dream 6. While playing with the girl at the park, you take notice of an airship about to take off. Rule number 6. Get onto the airship on time.
Rule 7. The airship is full of people who have heard this story, just like you. Rule 7. Find a seat for yourself at any cost. Dream 8. After a while, red and black roses will begin raining down on you. Rule 8. Only throw the black roses from the airship.
Dream 9. The airship takes you back to the park. Rule number 9. Go home with the girl and lie in the bed with her again. Dream 10. You will not know what happens on the 10th day unless you followed all the rules in the previous days. Tell this story while you're awake, otherwise you will go back to day 1 of the dream forever.
Lights back on.
Yep. So that's basically just describing, how you go about your day with your girlfriend.
Yeah, this sounds like it was written by
your girlfriend whom you're seriously consider breaking up with.
Something
Okay,
really
I have
bad
two questions.
happened.
I have 2 questions right now. Well,
Yeah.
one's not a question, but you know what I mean. But so how do you supposed to control yourself in the dream? I'm not sure if that's how dreams work.
Yeah, it's like Mike just said, so you have to be a lucid dreamer for this to work.
Also, it
Yeah.
seriously does not consider that people like to smoke weed to avoid dreaming.
Yeah, that's true. The way that I heard the story, because obviously, I never read the story. I heard it in a video, like the person who probably got this. The way that they kind of talked about it was like, the way it was a bit like a chain letter, is that if you hear this particular, if someone like recounting these dreams to you, the same thing would happen to you within the next 3 days. And the thing is, and yeah, with the whole lucid dreaming thing, it's like you had to make sure that, because like I think in a way that the way that it's meant to work is like you get these dreams, they would be lucid dreams, so you'd have to attempt them, and if you screw up at any point, then you've got to go back to the beginning.
Yeah.
And like, so I was like, an interesting theory.
Can
I
I read
suppose.
2 comments from Bagel and Mike?
Yeah.
No.
Bagel said,
No. Well, first of all, hello, Bagel. You read what Bagel has said in quotes. I'll read the responses.
okay, you sit on the bench.
That's good.
You have to kill one of them.
That's bad.
The Frogger contains potassium benzoate.
Hmm? That's bad. Oh.
I like that.
Mike goes, lying in bed with a girl in this good Christian ritual pasta.
Also, like, do not cry out when you see her burned face. No, I have a feeling I'd be like, Jesus, did you make out with a bonfire or something?
And that, Manny, is because you are a dick. Everyone else was being courteous enough not to mention any of them.
I will donate money to a burn victim ward, but I'm not going to visit.
I'm just gonna say this. I've seen this photo so many
can I just come
times.
back a second? I think I heard something, so I'll be back in a second.
Okay.
Oh god, she's at your window!
I'm just gonna say I've seen this photo so many times it no longer scares me.
That's fair.
Are we
like, I remember-
Gemma's dream? Is this all just Gemma's dream?
You didn't know that?
I mean, I thought there'd be more Imbra. You'd think I would have been able to try it by now if I was just living in Gemma's dreams.
Yeah.
You liked it, apparently.
Oh, I loved it. It's delicious.
I did try too.
Oh, and I have to say, like,
It only sounds delicious.
It was the father and a couple of others who were like, "Oh no, like you said, it tastes like Smarties. Those are too sweet for me." I said it tasted faintly of Smarties, so you don't get like the super sugariness of the Smarties.
It's just like kind of tarty.
Yes, yeah, just kind of a tease of Smarties, if you will.
Without the
Also, I like
chalkiness.
Smarties.
Yes.
Smarties.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Everything's cool.
What happened?
Okay, I am. Well,
I'm sorry. I just have to say real quick. I love when I ask you what happened, and every time your response is "Okay, I know we're in for a good story."
okay. Well, I thought I heard like Jacob downstairs. I thought I heard him like shouting or groaning or something. And I was like, obviously he's not very well, so I went to go downstairs to check on him. He's fine. So I don't know if I heard my next door neighbor just groaning, like very, very loudly. But I was like, what the hell? Something terrible's happened.
Well, I mean, you did say he put on Titans.
Yeah, but he was playing Puyo Puyo Tetris.
Oh.
Well, then he's fine.
I don't know that.
No, apparently he's fine. So I must have heard my neighbor.
That's kind of weird.
But the thing is, I heard it coming from the stairs. So I was like, okay.
Your neighbors heard all of the creepy pastas.
I mean, is your walls as paper thin as they are in American houses?
Now thinks that he is a ghost. So he's just like wrapped in toilet paper and carrying chains, just like rattling the chains and walking into your house moaning.
He has like a mouthful of water he's gargling.
Oh.
Because of how old this house is, because it's basically like, probably I think this house is about 120 years old, and it's all along. They're like all like they're all attached to each other.
Yeah.
So like townhouses. So yeah, like I can hear. It's not, like I can't hear shouting or anything like that. I can't hear conversations or anything. But there's sometimes, and it always happens at night. I always think that there's someone on the stairs because I can hear the stairs creak, and it feels like they're coming from my side of the door.
Oh,
and
Jesus.
then but obviously it's just the next door, and then like it's just radiating through.
Not
But
to
honestly,
get off. Sorry.
But when you actually like are in that headspace of it's nighttime and I can hear someone on the stairs, and you obviously got Logan next door, I also think, is that Logan? And then I go check on him and he's not, and he's in bed, no problem. So then you kind of go, shit, what am I hearing?
It's Logan. He's set up like a camera so he knows when you've possibly spotted him. So it's like, oh, Mom's coming. Run back to my room.
He has a secret YouTube channel called Fucking With My Mom. That he seriously needs to reconsider naming.
I don't know why, but that reminded me of when Cobe was streaming Grand Theft Auto with Logan, and we decided that the official name was the Mom's Not Home stream.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah.
Also, not to get off topic, but hey Raptor.
Yeah?
Any particular reason you're just sharing some Labyrinth trivia in the comments?
I thought it was interesting.
I mean, it's a fascinating movie to learn about, but just...
Okay, but to get to the
You
comments...
just looking that up?
So,
Mhm.
Kay is the one who brought me the Iron Brew. And Mike says she didn't even buy him a bottle. What is up with
Oh,
that? Tisk, Kay.
Oh no, Mom and Dad are fighting in the chat.
And then Cam was saying he was playing Puyo Puyo Tetris. That's good. But put Titans on. That's bad. But he got frozen yogurt. That's good. The Froger contains potassium benzoate.
That's bad.
That's bad. Oh.
I actually didn't mind. I watched the first episode of Titans. I didn't hate it. It was just kind of weird.
The only character that I liked from the show was Hawk.
I don't remember
Cole?
him in the first episode. It was like,
Hawko?
all I know is I'm intrigued to see the kind of backdoor pilot for Doom Patrol.
You see, that's what really pisses me off, because even though they used Titans as the pilot, they have specifically stated that the two shows are not in the same continuity.
Make
that's
it make
just weird.
sense.
Yeah, that's just weird. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't trust like that.
I prefer a different Titans show where Spider-Man is fighting giants and it's surprisingly violent and graphic. Oh, that's one of my favorite intros.
Look, it's actually Guerrilla filming the next breakthrough horror movie.
Believe
Yeah,
it or not,
Logan Project.
The guy who directed the first two episodes of Titans is the same guy who directed Session 9 and The Machinist.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I was like, this looks familiar. Like this has a look about it that I recognize, and I was like, oh yeah, that's why.
bye, Kay.
Bye, Kay.
Bye,
Later,
Kay.
Kay.
But every time I hear Session 9, I just think of what we watched on Rudy's stream. And like he breaks open the wall and all the coins fall.
Oh yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. I remember that. Good thing.
Oh, and Mike says about your ghost neighbor, doomed, Cobe, you're doomed for all time. Neighbor Marley. We're
Marley and Marley.
Marley.
Whoa.
To repeat that, my internet went out, so I couldn't hear it.
What's that?
I could repeat that because my internet went out for a bit.
We can't. We'll get copyrighted.
Mike said in reference to their neighbor being a ghost on the stairs, doomed, Cobe, you're doomed for all time. Neighbor Marley. It's like, but wait, Cobe isn't a moneylender.
So earlier today, speaking of the next breakthrough horror movie, I actually saw a meme that actually had a pretty killer idea, no pun intended, for a horror movie where it's like an orchestra, going on tour, trapped in a location, and as they get picked off one by one, there's no soundtrack, but as each member gets picked off one by one, their respective instrument gets incorporated into the soundtrack. I think that's actually fucking brilliant.
I like it.
Like, that actually sounds fucking amazing. And it was inspired by the fact that I think it was a Belgian orchestra was trapped in a castle in Germany due to COVID.
I don't care about anything from Belgium except the waffles.
Belgian chocolate's pretty good too.
What was that, Gemma?
Bruges.
What about Bruges?
The movie in Bruges. It is Belgium.
I don't know what that movie is.
It's a good movie. It's got Colin Farrell in it, and Ralph Fiennes and Brendan Gleeson.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Nobody likes Belgium except for the food in that movie. It has nothing of value.
Someone said, is Poirot from Belgium?
Poirot. It's possible. Don't know why I started speaking like Poirot, but you know.
Why wouldn't you?
It works.
Bagel says we will make this movie.
Please.
It's all fun and
Nice.
games until you get to final girl triangle player. I mean,
Dibs.
triangle, that's fine, as long as it's not a fucking tambourine.
Yeah, we don't want. Matt will just come crashing in there like the Kool-Aid.
Oh wait, if
Either
that
that or
happens, then
PewDiePie.
if that comes crashing in like that, then yes, we do want the tambourine. He goes, Matt is amazing. But shall we read our second story now, though?
Yes.
All right. So this is Tulpa, and Gemma, once the screen catches up, I think you'll like the image I chose for this one.
Cool.
So far, I just see Virtual Piggy, which is good.
Good old.
But Virtual Piggy contains potassium benzoate.
That's bad.
I thought
This is going to be a running gag in the stream
Yes.
today, isn't it?
Yes, thank you, Bagel and Cam, for that. All right,
Yeah,
so
I like it.
but for this story, shall we just do 3 paragraphs each, as usual?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yes.
Nice. All right. Tulpa. Last year, I spent 6 months participating in what I was told was a psychological experiment. I found an ad in my local paper looking for imaginative people looking to make good money, and since it was the only ad that I was remotely qualified for, I gave them a call and we arranged an interview. They told me that all I would have to do is stay in a room, alone, with sensors attached to my head to read my brain activity, and while I was there, I would visualize a double of myself. They called it my Tulpa. It seemed easy enough, and I agreed to do it as soon as they told me how much I would be paid. And the next day, I began. They brought me to a simple room and gave me a bed, then attached sensors to my head and hooked them into a little black box on the table beside me. They talked me through the process of visualizing my double again, and explained that if I got bored or restless, instead of moving around, I should visualize my double moving around, or try to interact with him, and so on. The idea was to keep him with me the entire time I was in the room.
I had trouble with it for the first few days. It was more controlled than any sort of daydreaming I'd done before. I'd imagine my double for a few minutes, then grow distracted. By the 4th day, I could manage to keep him present for the entire 6 hours. They told me I was doing very well. The 2nd week, they gave me a different room, with wall-mounted speakers. They told me they wanted to see if I could still keep the Tulpa with me in spite of distracting stimuli. The music was discordant, ugly, and unsettling, and it made the process a little bit more difficult, but I managed nonetheless. The next week, they played even more unsettling music, punctuated with shrieks, feedback loops, which sounded like an old-school modem dialing up, and guttural voices speaking in some foreign language. I just laughed it off. I was a pro by then. After about a month, I started to get bored. To liven things up, I started interacting with my doppelganger. We'd have conversations, or play rock, paper, scissors, or I'd imagine him juggling or breakdancing or whatever caught my fancy. I asked the researchers if my foolishness would adversely affect their study, but they encouraged me.
So we played and communicated, and that was fun for a while. And then it got a little strange. I was telling him about my first date one day, and he corrected me. I'd said my date was wearing a yellow top, and he told me it was a green one. I thought about it for a second, and I realized he was right. It creeped me out, and after my shift that day, I talked to the researchers about it. You were using the thought form to access your subconscious, they explained. You knew on some level that you were wrong, and you subconsciously corrected yourself. What had been creepy was suddenly cool. I was talking to my subconscious. It took some practice, but I found that I could question my tulpa and access all sorts of memories. I could make it quote whole pages of books I'd read once, years before, or things I was taught and immediately forgot in high school. It was awesome. It was around the time I started calling up my double outside of the research center. Not often at first, but I was so used to imagining him by now that it almost seemed odd to not see him. So whenever I was bored, I visualized my double. Eventually I started doing it almost all the time. It was amusing to take him along like an invisible friend. I imagined him when I was hanging out with friends or visiting my mom. I even brought him along on a date once. I didn't need to speak aloud to him, so I was able to carry out conversations with him and no one was the wiser.
I know this sounds strange, but it was fun. Not only was he a walking repository of everything I knew and everything I'd forgotten, he also seemed more in touch with me than I did at times. He had an uncanny grasp of the minute of body language I didn't even realize I was picking up on. For example, I thought the day I brought him along was going badly. He pointed out how she was laughing a little too hard at my jokes and leaning towards me as I spoke, and a bunch of other subtle clues I wasn't consciously picking up on. I listened, and let's just say that the date went very well. By the time I had been at the research center for 4 months, and he was with me constantly. The researchers approached me one day after my shift and asked me if I'd stopped visualizing him. I denied it, and they seemed pleased. I silently asked my double if he knew what prompted that, but he just shrugged it off. So did I. I withdrew from the world at that point. I was trouble relating to people. It seemed to me that they were so confused and unsure of themselves, while I had a manifestation of myself to confer with. It made socializing awkward. Nobody seemed aware of the reasons behind their actions. Why some things made them mad and other things made them laugh. They didn't know what moved them, but I did. Or at least, I could ask myself and get an answer.
A friend confronted me one evening. He pounded at the door until I answered, and came in fuming and swearing up a storm. "You haven't answered when I called you in fucking weeks, you dick!" he yelled. "What's your fucking problem?" I was about to apologize to him, and probably would have offered to hit the bars with him that night, but my tulpa grew suddenly furious. "Hit him," it said, and before I knew what I was doing, I had. I heard his nose break. He fell to the floor and came up swinging, and we beat each other up and down my apartment. I was more furious then than I had ever been, and I was not merciful. I knocked him to the ground and gave him 2 savage kicks to the ribs, and that was when he fled, hunched over and sobbing.
The police were by a few minutes later, but I told them that I had been the instigator, and since he wasn't around to refute me, they let me off with a warning. My tulpa was grinning the entire time. We spent the night crowing about my victory and sneering over how badly I'd beaten my friend. It wasn't until the next morning, when I was checking out my black eye and cut lip in the mirror, that I remembered what had set me off. My double was the one who'd grown furious, not me. I'd been feeling guilty and a little ashamed, but he'd goaded me into a vicious fight with a concerned friend. He was present, of course, and knew my thoughts. "You don't need him anymore. You don't need anyone else," he told me, and I felt my skin crawl. I explained all this to the researchers who employed me, but they just laughed it off. "You can't be scared of something that you're imagining," once told me. My double stood beside him, nodding his head, then smirked at me.
I tried to take their words to heart, but over the next few days I found myself growing more and more anxious around my tulpa, and it seemed he was changing. He looked taller and more menacing. His eyes twinkled with mischief, and I saw malice in his constant smile. No job was worth losing my mind over, I decided. If he was out of control, I'd put him down. I was so used to him at that point that visualizing him was an automatic process, so I started trying my damnedest not to visualize him. It took a few days, but it started to work somewhat. I could get rid of him for hours at a time, but every time he came back, he seemed worse. His skin seemed ashen, his teeth more pointed. He hissed and gibbered and threatened and swore. The discordant music I'd been listening to for months seemed to accompany him everywhere. Even when I was at home, I'd relax and slip up, no longer concentrating on not seeing him, and there he'd be, with that howling noise with him. I was still visiting the research center and spending my 6 hours there. I needed the money, and I thought they weren't aware that I was now actively not visualizing my tulpa. I was wrong. After my shift one day, about 5.5 months in, 2 impressive men grabbed and restrained me, and someone in a lab coat jabbed a hypodermic needle into my body. I woke up from my stupor back in the room, strapped into the bed, music blaring with my doppelganger standing over me cackling. He hardly looked human anymore. Features were twisted. His eyes were sunken in their sockets and filmed over like a corpse's. He was much taller than me, but hunched over. His hands were twisted, and the fingernails were like talons. He was, in short, fucking terrifying. I tried to will him away, but I just couldn't seem to concentrate. He giggled and tapped the IV in my arm. I thrashed in my restraints as best I could, but could hardly move at all.
That's my turn?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. To pump you full of the good shit, I think. How's the mind? Oh, fuzzy. He leaned closer and closer as he spoke. I gagged. His breath smelled like spoiled meat. I tried to focus, but I couldn't banish him. The next few weeks were terrible. Every so often, someone in a doctor's coat would come in and inject me with something, or force feed me a pill. It kept me dizzy and unfocused, and sometimes left me hallucinating or delusional. My thought form was still present, constantly mocking. He interacted with, or perhaps caused, my delusion. I hallucinated that my mother was there, scolding me. Then he cut her throat and her blood spouted me. It was so real I could taste it. The doctors never spoke to me. I begged at times, screamed, hurled incentives, demanded answers. They never spoke with me. They may have talked to my Tulpa, my personal monster. I'm not so sure. I was so doped and confused that it may have just been more delusion. But I remember them talking with him. I grew convinced that he was the real one, and that I was the thought form. He encouraged that the line of thought at times, mocked me at others.
Another thing that I pray was a delusion. He could touch me. More than that, he could hurt me. He'd poke and prod at me if he felt I wasn't paying enough attention to him. Once he grabbed my testicles and squeezed until I told him I loved him. Another time, he slashed my forearm with one of his talons. I still have a scar. Most days I can convince myself that I injured myself, and just hallucinate that he was responsible. Most days. Then one day, while he was telling me a story about how he was going to gut everyone I loved, starting with my sister, he paused. A querulous look crossed his face, and he reached down and touched my head. Like my mother used to when I was feverish. He stayed still for a long moment, and then smiled. All thoughts are creative, he told me. Then he walked out the door. 3 hours later, I was given an injection and passed out. I awoke unrestrained, shaking. I made my way to the door and found it unlocked. I walked out into the empty hallway and then ran. I stumbled more than once, but I made it down the stairs and out into the lot behind the building. There, I collapsed, weeping like a child. I knew I had to keep moving, but I couldn't manage it.
I got home eventually. I don't remember how. I locked the door and shoved the dresser against it, took a long shower, and slept for a day and a half. Nobody came for me in the night, and nobody came the next day, or the one after that. It was over. I'd spent a week locked in that room, but it had felt like a century. I'd withdrawn so much from my life beforehand that nobody had even known I was missing. The police didn't find anything. The research centre was empty when they searched it. The paper trail fell apart. The names I'd given them were aliases. Even the money I'd received was apparently untraceable. I recovered as much as one can. I don't leave the house much, and I have panic attacks when I do. I cry a lot, I don't sleep much, and my nightmares are terrible. It's over, I tell myself. I survived. I use the concentration those bastards taught me to convince myself. It works sometimes.
Not today, though. 3 days ago, I got a phone call from my mother. There's been a tragedy. My sister's the latest victim in a spree of killings, police say. The perpetrator mugs his victims, then guts them. The funeral was this afternoon. It was lovely a service, as a funeral can be, I suppose. I was a little distracted, though. All I could hear was music coming from somewhere distant. Discordant, unsettling stuff that sounds like feedback. And shrieking, and a modem dialing up. I hear it still. A little louder now.
The end.
Done.
There we go.
That was pretty good.
I like that.
Yeah, I like that story. It's been a long time since I read it, though. I was remembering bits.
Yeah, no real surprise. The squeezing testicles part caught the chat's attention.
Yep.
It's like he squeezed my testicles until I told him I loved him.
So I'm looking at some of the comments. One of them is from the Orange Wizard, who frequents Bad Creepypasta.
Hello.
Here's one
hey
that
there.
is a fucking thesis, but I'm skipping that. So I want to just read this one. And I'm gonna read it very annoyingly, I'm sorry, but I think it warrants it.
Okay.
Okay, so I hate the story. It misrepresents actual tulpas. I have had a tulpa for 3 years now. His name is Nick.
Fuck off.
Tulpas would never hurt you in any way. If a tulpa does start mentally harming you, that shows a problem in you, not the tulpa. Ugh, I hate this story. And literally, okay, Little Spy, I love you. They go, LMFAO, I think you love Jeff, Jane, Nina, and other popular characters, don't you? And then the Orange Wizards gets into the brawl, quoting, Tulpas would never hurt you if a tulpa does start to hurt you. Explains they would never, in all caps, hurt you. Next sentence says if they do. So, do they harm you or not?
Yeah, well, to be fair, that is true because a tulpa is theoretically whatever you believe it is. So to say it would never hurt you, no. If you are imagining that it is some evil creature that you believe in so much that it manifests, it will hurt you. If that's what it's supposed to do.
I've had a tulpa for 3 years, aka you've had an imaginary friend.
Well, there's this one.
Nick.
There's this one here by Ugha1234. I was like, actually, I'm pretty sure that this is the original tulpa. The bronies did not create tulpas. It's not there. So this is the original. I'm like, where did the what?
Sorry?
Unpack?
Why?
It is in response to another, well, actually. This isn't what tulpas end up doing, not even close. A tulpa actually, like his tulpa did in the first place, and they actually... If your tulpa starts mentally harming you, encouraging you to break law of suicide, it shows a deep underlying problem in you. After all, a tulpa is your subconscious. Oh my god.
Just
So this
the
has nothing
prominence
actually
of
to do with what even was being said.
I have no idea.
So, good story. Mostly brain dead comments.
There are some decent comments, but
That's
there's
good.
people that actually like, yeah, that's like, yeah, this is pretty good. I like this, or this is good. I like this, or
One person did say, like what you said, Manny, a tulpa is a creature brought to life by people believing in it. It can be anything.
And a little fun fact: do you know the pulp hero, the Shadow? Like,
yes.
apparently its creator is said to have believed in him so much that people see a tulpa of the Shadow in the town where he wrote the original stories.
Up,
Ooh.
hang on a minute.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool.
And then so
I
somebody
mean, I
went,
like the story.
"Oh, I'm glad." I think that's the thing. It doesn't go too spooky. It kind of just like, but the way that it's written, it's kind of like you kind of have that feeling of, God, I really don't want to imagine a double of myself. That would be weird.
Yeah.
And like as opposed to it's sort of written in a sort of realistic way in some manners, like obviously with the music and everything, and like that you kind of, and the way that tulpas have been around in sort of legends and things like that, and myths. It's sort of like it doesn't feel like it's too out there. If that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can say for one of the rare times that, like the swearing, is actually appropriate for the dialogue, because it's not like some creature that's described as sophisticated or anything. It's literally this guy's double that he's imagining. So,
Or like
before
his
that,
friend who's very angry at the moment.
like we see before that, like, this guy does swear rather frequently, so the tulpa is using the same language.
Bagel go to horny jail.
My tulpa be Salma Hayek. I mean,
If you believe in her enough, apparently.
if that's what you want, buddy.
He's just like sitting in his bedroom like a kid from Peter Pan. I believe in Selma Hayek.
You have to clap your hands or else she'll die.
So,
Selma
and then
Hayek,
you
no.
imagine her, and then, it's and then you imagine her as the character as Santanico from Dust Till Dawn, and then all you have to do is go, "No thanks, I've already got a wife."
I return with food.
Nice, what'd you get?
Chicken and mac and cheese.
Excellent. Cam says, all I really know about tulpas is that they were briefly mentioned in an SCP, the peanut statue one. I haven't read
The
that
what
one.
statue?
The peanut.
Okay, thank you.
First one.
Okay, so I think next week for Cold Beans we're going to be reading the peanut statue SCP.
Yes.
I will be so disappointed if it's literally not about like a demonic Mr. Peanut Planters statue.
I will say,
Oh, sorry. I was like, I got a feeling, like for some reason I have this like weird feeling that it's going to be the Peanut episode of American Dad.
or
It's
it's
like-
just a whole bunch of Charlie Brown creepypastas.
If I tulpa do my job while I fuck around and do nothing all day, Mike, if that's what you wanted to do, it will probably rebel against you eventually.
I could
I
use a
reminded
tulpa to
I was saying, like, I'm reminded of that Tulpa episode of Supernatural with the Ghostbusters.
I do think it was to my benefit that I didn't know what tulpas were going into this, because I will say, like, it is annoying for these comments to go like, actually, I have a tulpa who would never hurt me. His name is Azeroth, and
He does not act like this. Shut up. You
Yeah.
have an imaginary friend. Go away.
Damn it! Now,
My
now
Tulpa.
go ahead.
My Tulpa. John would never hurt me. He's a good boy. He's a cinnamon roll. He would never brandish that sharp knife and move slowly towards me. Hey, what are you doing, John?
All right, now I have two things to say, Raptor. The first is like the way you were like you were hesitating. It's like, oh yeah, I have a Tulpa too. Like trying to fit in. His name is P tier. Griffin. Yeah, Peter Griffin.
Crap.
That is, thank you, Gemma. I now have the Ghost Chasers theme song stuck in my head.
Ghost Facers.
Facers.
We get in the kitchen if the kitchen gets hot.
What is this?
It's from Supernatural.
Yeah, it's like a ghost hunting show. They run into Sam and Dean, and was it an abandoned mental hospital? I think.
No, they run into him to begin with in the like in this house called Hell House, and they're and like there's like apparently like a tulpa in there that keeps on like changing as according to the urban legend about the place. So it was like, oh my god, he had like eyes like this, and he used to kill people with a knife, and then he has a knife, and then it's like, oh, he's actually impervious to bullets, and then they can't shoot him because they're putting it on their website, so a ton of people are like thinking about him, because like so they're imagining this thing, and it's actually it's quite interesting.
And the best part, as always, is Dean's reaction to it all.
Yeah.
I don't know why, though. Just I thought of the episode where they first meet the trickster with Sam. You're too beautiful for this world.
Yes. Yeah. That's a great episode.
You're both idiots.
I found a video on YouTube which is in the style of the openings to It's Always Sunny, and it's like Supernatural, but it's a 15-year-long fever dream.
Nice.
Yeah, it works. It works really well. I'm gonna go because I am going to go get some more dinner. So
good.
I'll speak to you guys later.
I mean, good that you're getting more dinner. Not like good. Get out of here.
We don't like you anyway.
Fine.
You'll be glad to be leaving, considering what we're reading next.
I didn't want you on my stream anyway.
Alright, bye guys.
Bye, Gemma.
Night,
Glad you could
Gemma.
join
Night, Gemma.
us.
Yes. I'll see you again.
Yes.
Yes.
Alright. So let's read some comments just to catch up. Oh jeez. Might tell to be something. Yeah. Bagel go to pun jail saying that would be nuts. SCP-173 just looks like a deformed shelled peanut to me. Oh.
I know which one they're talking about. It's that one that if you don't stop looking at it, it breaks your neck.
Michael!
Did you know they changed the image of that? Like on the website?
Really?
What?
Yeah, it was put the original image was like some art piece, and apparently they didn't have the copyright for that after all these years, so they like changed it.
Huh.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Let's see what it is now.
One of the theories behind its origin is that it's a tulpa. People saw it, thought it was creepy and would hurt them, and enough believed it that it came true. My tulpa, Nightlight Twinkle, is a pony princess and would never hurt anyone. God. Just that existing would hurt me. My tulpa takes all the pain away. Please let it be real. People saying goodnight to Gemma. Gemma's going for a deep fried kebab. Manny, did you see the new Pokemon? I think so, but I haven't played Pokemon in years, so I'm not really.
Oh, they don't
paying
even have the
attention.
picture up anymore.
Oh, jeez.
But I'm sure if you just Googled image it, like it'll just show up because like it was used in video games and.
Someone bought the SCP-173 NFT.
I
SCP
would
was
not
really
be surprised if that became a
NFT.
thing.
I never personally had a deep fried kebab, but deep fried cheeseburgers and Mars bars are nice. Cam!
America.
I've seen
Hey.
pictures of you. You're skinny as hell. Like, do not destroy your heart. Oh, deep fried burger. Ugh. I'm fat and that makes me feel sick.
It's funny because America. Okay, I'll stop being political right now.
After that just sound like those things like, guys, I don't mean to get political and all, but what the fuck is cheese?
Guys. Cheese.
Cheese.
Jeez.
I
cheese.
see what you did there, iguana. Clever. Got him. Yep. It's an actual statue. The artist, it was an actual statue. The artist didn't want people associating his sculpture with something that would kill them. Bad for business, you see. Oh, okay.
Yeah, like the SAP really is just like random images found and then people like make weird stories behind them.
Alright, so,
So I can make an actual peanut SCP?
yes.
If you wanted, and I guess if the wiki deemed it good enough.
Just take your own photo of a peanut and then copyright it.
Here, Manny, I'll send in the chat which one it is. I'm sure you've had to have seen it before.
Okay. But, shall we get started on Marville as well?
Yep.
Alright. Not that I don't love you guys, but knowing your maturity level, I'm only going to keep the cover for this one on the screen for a couple of seconds.
Yeah, and that's why, not because that YouTube would nuke us if you kept it up for like more than one frame.
Yes. Alright, so, previously, Ted and Jane sent their son Al back from the year 5002. Al falls in love with Mickey, but it's a one-way street. Unlucky in love, Al is a lucky superhero. With no discernible powers and little help from his dog AOL Stro, Al captures the same thief 2 times and earns $200 million in reward money. An Insider's Guide to Marville number 2. In the Marvel universe, the Kingpin of Crime is nicknamed the Kingpin, and he looks like this.
Oh, hey, you don't say. You don't fucking say.
Matt Murdock is a blind lawyer who dresses up at night like this.
Gee, I wonder who he's a
You-
parody of.
You don't say, Mr. Bill Jemis.
Batman, Black Panther, and Iron Man are all billionaire superhero crime fighters. Peter David writes comic books and doesn't have a whole lot of fans. Oh, Jesus. Alright.
And
No.
come on.
No.
No, nah.
So,
I misread editor-in-chief. It's a Joe Quesada. I misread that as quesadilla, and I am fucking hungry.
so we've got Al and Jane in the park here. And hopefully we won't remind Kenzie of any other kind of food.
What voice did I give this guy?
I don't remember.
I think it was like just a gee golly whiz kind of annoying type voice.
Yeah, I think so.
I think that was it.
Mickey, I'm just saying that I have a great power and...
Sleeping.
What?
I'm sleeping here, Mac.
Come on, you're wide awake. Listen, with great power, there must also come great responsibility.
Where'd you get that bullshit, Mac?
Duh. Stan Lee, Amazing Fantasy number 15. First appearance of Spider-Man.
And
And I should use my superpowers for...
you have no powers, Mac. You don't even look like a superhero.
Ruff.
You look like a dork.
Also, do sunbathers just normally gather in a random field?
I mean, I've seen some people do it.
You know, normally there's like a beach or a community pool for that.
Some people are weirdos.
You mean whores?
Yes. Welcome back, Cobe. Wait, this is Gemma, not Cobe. What? I don't know if I can believe you.
Cobe's been body snatched.
2 seconds.
Attack of the Body
Quesadilla, the
Snatchers.
famous Mexican cheese and tortilla themed supervillain.
Mike, please draw that. Which,
No,
by the way,
Now it's Gemma.
because I said I would do, and I have been doing it. I'm almost finished drawing Bean Man and Ramen, and I'm gonna color it soon.
Nice.
Nice.
Welcome back, Gemma.
It is the stupidest thing I've ever drawn, and I love it. Hi, Gemma.
Gemma is Skinwalker confirmed. Alright, let's continue.
You look like a dork.
Whatever. I don't care about my looks.
That's because you don't have to look at you, Mac. Let's try a little moose.
There goes the ozone.
It's a pump, so shut the fuck up. Hey, I got you. Not a section
God,
away.
what?
If you're really from 3,000 years ago, no, 3,000 years to the future, how do you know about Stan Lee?
God. All right. Like, I know this doesn't piss me off that much because it's true, but still, just the amount of well, I mean,
Just read.
I guess all masturbation. But just come on, like, just the amount of masturbation Marvel's doing to itself. Stan the Man, didn't you study him in college?
I studied Shakespeare, Mac.
Good one.
Shakespeare?
What? The Bard?
Simpson?
Oh,
William
Get it,
Powell.
we're just getting better as a
Fuck
society.
you!
Really, that pun isn't the one that tickled your jimmies there?
Never say
Oh.
that again either.
Oh, William Power corrupts absolute power, corrupts absolutely.
Not me, Mickey. I'll use my powers for...
Pardon me, young man. I lost my job. I have no friends. And God would bless you if you could spare some change.
Gosh and golly, sure thing, mister. $100 ought to change your luck.
Cease and desist, sir.
What?
Don't bestow your hard-earned money on that lowlife.
It wasn't that hard to earn, Mac. It was a reward.
A reward earned through heroism is...
No more hero crap, please, Mac. I'm trying to bring the Marvel back to reality.
Precisely how ponderous was the reward.
Oh,
200
Marvel.
million, mister.
You must have done a heroic deed indeed.
A robber slipped on his dog's drool puddle, Mac.
Oh, Aoastro.
Ruff.
That wasn't him. It was him, Mac.
Catch up on some comments here. Okay, Kenzie, Jersey Shore, Colin, not all of us have beaches. Gemma,
You're from California, Mike. What are you talking about?
Gemma, what's your favorite Godzilla monster that isn't Godzilla? Mothra, but anyone else may draw that. I am not the wood crawler you're looking for. I'm totally not a fake person. Ellipses. I'm so sorry, Ko, but I require iron brew. And you have iron in your blood. Gemma, nice opinion, Ko. Only one problem. I am inhabiting your body. What is this? I'm making mashed potato. Ooh, nice.
One mashed potato.
Yeah, mashed potato, singular. But yes, this is Marville, this is like early 2000s, right?
2002, I think you said.
Yeah, like a
Or
parody
2003.
of like 90s comic tropes and 90s culture in general.
It's a satire or parody written by people who have no idea how to satirize or parody.
And Ted Turner shows up from the future at some points.
And here we're gonna meet Rush Limbaugh. Sir, those people are applauding your farts.
Hey, aren't you insert relevant politician here?
It is I, and these are my aficionados. What a wealth of wisdom.
Impart another one.
Just in case you didn't realize, I hate it.
So do we, Gemma. So do we.
About that money.
No problem, mister.
Halt. He never worked an honest day in his life. That's not entirely true. I was a comic book writer.
Hey, are you insert person I do not like here?
Who is Peter David? I'm sorry.
I don't know.
I think it was like another comic book writer who was in like the You Bet deal, and spoiler alert, he's the one who won it.
Peter David. Okay, American writer.
Just keep reading.
I'm. Alright. PAD! I read about you in Comics for the Ages. You lost a writing contest to that blithering idiot.
The pain.
Here you go.
Now you've done it. He will tell his fellow indigents of our beautiful bastion of bronzing will be overrun by throngs.
Easy, big fella. The poor slob just needs the money.
Nonsense. He's just going to procure alcoholic beverages.
Gosh and golly gee, is that true?
Well, I am a bit parched from making excuses.
What the fuck is going on?
Commentary, Kenzie. Commentary.
But I have no idea what the commentary is supposed to be about.
Hello, Mr. Shadier.
Hey.
Been a while.
Mr.
What's going
Shadier!
on? It
Well
has been a
done.
while.
Back.
I'm glad you're
Welcome-
back.
well-
Tell us, what inopportune quote have you landed on this fine stream?
Lol, remember talk radio? What a timeless thing to riff on.
Hang on, I'm just gonna grab my charger for my laptop. Here's a cold one, mister.
You're not doing him any good.
Sure I am.
Sure he is. Now he'll never bother to look for a job.
Yo, are you deaf, Mac? He wants to work, but no one will hire him.
No one said that.
Yes,
Yes, what, Mac?
I am deaf. Isn't that ironic for a radio host?
Funny.
Your alcoholic beverages, awesome idea. Give me a sec. Help. I'm sorry, Gemma. There is no help from Marville. Jesus Christ, I hate living in the fucking boonies. I'm sorry.
Oof, something must have died up there.
Ruff.
That wasn't him, Mac. It was him, Mac.
Hey, AOL you could have your own show.
Ridiculous. He is too lazy, drooly, and farty.
Just like insert politician I do not agree with here. Don't that make such great commentary, guys?
Wah, 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 wah.
I mean, I'll give it at least credit for satirizing both ends of the spectrum, but, like, it's not good satire.
This guy's just sitting there like, oh man, I'm so fucking funny.
Like, it literally is just insert well-known political person here, depict them as stupid, and not insert really any jokes.
Yep.
I feel like the right setting for this was kind of similar to like a Salzburg Friedberg film, like some immature man children just in a room making every joke they could come up with, and then trying to clumsily like organize that into like a script with a plot.
I want Ted Turner's show back up. I at least had fun with the voice.
What voice did you give him again?
His robot chicken Ted
Right.
Turner voice. His Captain Planet
Captain!
voice. Yeah, Captain
Captain!
Planet!
Captain Planet! Captain Planet!
Protect the environment, or I'll fucking kill ya!
Right. Also, notice how what she's wearing literally doesn't cover up anything more than what her bikini did.
Yeah.
Which would almost make a good joke if, like, they drew attention to it, like, just once. But no. Just fan service. That's it!
What, Mac?
I want to help poor people! Alright, this is kind of... Oh, okay. Alright, this line's a little funny. You get 1 point, Marville. Hey! Take us to poor people!
Enron is having a shareholders meeting in the Bronx and the AOL guys are in Midtown.
And you ruined it.
Hey, are you the guys from Taxi, the 2004 film?
I got
Which is a remake of the 1998 action film.
I got typecast. Where to?
Joke!
Funny.
I
Joke.
hate to sound like the nostalgia critic, but like, oh, aren't you the guy from Maxie? How? Why? It's not funny.
These are the jokes, people.
Here you go, ma'am.
Wow, thanks.
Also, I just want to point out in this panel, and it's because I guess the way the creases in her shirts are drawn, it looks like her shorts are see-through in this panel. Look at it! We might need to censor that.
No. I don't think I will.
Hey.
I don't think Mike quite enjoyed the Enron joke.
We officially broke Mike. You remember the pilot of Hot and Cold Beans where I was in the chat completely broken
Yes.
by what you were reading?
Legolas
Why,
by
how the
Laura.
turntables have.
Well, how the turntables have.
Yep.
Gemma, if you're still there, we must know how your mashed potato is.
The only one potato.
This is you, Ken.
Shall I continue?
No, this is Raptor.
Okay.
What?
That was $100 bill, Mac. You go broke, Mac.
What was that, Manny?
I don't speak English.
As if! Mickey, for a bright kid, you're totally dim. Ooh, burn!
Damn, Mac.
Check it. Oh, God. Raptor?
I'm laughing at the cheesy line, not the pain in Kenzie's voice.
Raptor?
Yeah.
Raptor.
Yeah.
I love you with all my heart. But come BeanCon, in retribution for making me read this, I will be beating the shit out of you.
Raptor, come BeanCon, you and I are greeting Kenzie by saying check it in unison.
You're getting this too now, Manny.
I better get my helmet and my knee pads.
Check it. At 6%, my $200 million yields like $230,000 a week in interest. Without touching the principal, I can hand out 3 $100 bills Monday through Friday and still have 80,000 spending money every weekend.
Give us $100.
Sure, mister. It's $10 each.
Thanks. And I'll do some background music for this. Da 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 da.
But can I be at the superheroes? Like all three of them?
Mike says he still has the screenshots of that. Gemma says degenerates like the guy who wrote this belong on the cross. Who knew a greater national tragedy than 9/11? God, Mike!
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Mike, no!
Mike, what is wrong with you? I think does that warrant an unforgivable jail sentence?
Yes.
You go.
And Raptor.
Also, Raptor, I think each of us should have a hero voice.
Yeah, because there are 3
Okay.
heroes and 3 of us.
Okay, then
And
I'll be a
we 3
Batman.
are also heroes.
I'll be the Iron Man ripoff.
Can I be Batman?
No, Raptor just said that one.
Oh, I didn't hear him. I'm sorry.
You can be the Black Panther ripoff.
Oh god, no.
All of you come BeanCon. I am handling bets on the fight and talking like a WWE announcer.
Mike, we would expect nothing less. You still need to go to unforgivable jail, though.
Alright, so here we have not Batman.
Oh god, I should, use the 3 prongs, in my Bean Man design. But I'm not an asshole, so I won't. Instead, it looks like a can of Heinz baked beans. Whoa, whoa! I'm giving money to the needy!
He's a thief! He's not needy!
You can't be shouting.
Yeah, we can't understand what you're saying. You're
Okay.
maxing out the volume.
He's a thief! He's not needy!
Doof.
I hate this line. Hey, take a bathroom break. I want to give him money.
Fuss. Oof. Let's get out of here. There's no escape, you petty thief. Dork. Ouch.
Did you just vaporize him?
Yes. Well, no. He vaporized everything but his skeleton.
The ouch
Make
from
it
the
make
skin
sense.
is what makes it.
Bonk.
Oh god.
Bonk, bonk. Bonk, 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 bonk. Wow, this guy must have been
Ahead
really
of its
horny.
time. Ahead of its time.
Hey Mac, give it a rest. I will not rest until my parents are avenged.
I never hurt your parents.
You're symbolic.
Alright, what voice should I give him?
That's up to you.
Alright, just know that because I know nothing about the character, this is no disrespect to Chadwick Boseman. Halt in the name of Black Panther!
I was gonna say you should go for Mr. T, but okay.
Nope.
Hey bro, let me go. My kids are hungry. I lost my job at the Iron Man wallpaper plant. I'm sorry,
don't get it.
what?
I was hoping you'd get it because I don't.
I closed down that factory and outsourced everything to Mexico. But 1,000
proud
people
of
lost
you.
their jobs.
And all the
And
neighborhood
all-
businesses went bust.
I know, I destroyed the local economy, but you can pay Mexicans $1 an hour, and they will work like...
Oh my god!
Oh, no! No!
Oh no! Oh no!
We made jokes about this earlier, and now it's happening!
I can see the
Oh, no.
future!
And is that supposed to be blood?
Yes! They've killed them.
Careful!
Oops. Thanks.
People would think poorly of you if you said a bad word.
I had the hashtag cancel Kenzie hashtag ready to be posted to Twitter.
I didn't do anything.
Kenzie's goes straight.
That's Manny's character.
Oh, you should have done Uncle Ruckus.
I don't know how to do that. It's been a long time since I watched.
Hey, Mac, you guys are billionaires. You could give $100 a day to 10,000 people and they'd never miss it. Mac. It's not the money. Fact, it's the principle.
Thack.
Violence over $100? It costs you more to light up your cave.
I think we found a couple of liberals.
Jesus Christ, subtle.
Wow, great commentary there.
Who the fuck is now?
I don't know.
Whew.
Oh,
It's Rush again. He's just in a suit and not. Why does he look like not fat now?
I don't know. That will be quite enough of this. Poof. Rush Limbaugh, our hero. Scroom.
Squoom.
Still you, Manny.
Is it my turn? I can't. These are set up so weirdly. I got so good at turning on these nut jobs, I had to learn how to turn them off. My work here is done.
Turning on, you say?
Yep.
I know what he meant.
Yeah.
But
I think that
when you
might have
bring
been
in the turning off part.
I think that might have been some double entendre, or at least an attempt at it.
Thanks, Rush. With great power comes.
Shut the fuck up, Mac.
I'm sorry, but the Mega Man nerd in me just makes me think of Mega Man's dog whenever I hear Rush. He's a good boy.
He is the goodest boy.
A 911 call later. That's a chick, so Kenzie, you wanna?
Alright. At first, I thought you were one of them. I was just giving some money to poor people when all hell broke loose, ma'am. No deed goes unpunished. Seeing all those jerks makes me want to be a crime fighter. I want to use my powers. Superpowers. Cool. Well, it's a big responsibility and...
Officer Mac.
Call me Lucy.
Listen, Mac. He's just flirting.
Are you jealous?
I'm embarrassed, Mac. Our Al has no superpowers. He has $200 million, but that just gets him into trouble, Mac.
$200 million. Hey kid, you can ride with us anytime, and we'll call you the Marville. I'm a computer.
How many more? What the fuck?
Michael!
Hang on.
Turning on these nut jobs, every Twitch thought ever. God. I mean, it's true. but
Are you the guy from Barry Middle, an American sitcom television series set in the New York City Police Department station on East 6th Street in Greenwich Village, broadcasted on NBC on the
Wait,
ABC
wait,
network from
wait.
January
Raptor!
1975 to
Raptor,
1982?
what village? What-
Greenwich.
Greenwich.
That
I got typecast. Let's go do some police work.
Why is this a running joke?
I don't know.
because it's funny. Also,
Where's-
I'm alive again.
No, it isn't!
Where's Ted Turner? I can't believe I just said that.
Where's Ted Turner when we need him?
Where's Captain Planet to save the planet?
Yeah, where's Ted Turner when we need him? Oh, Captain Planet! Do you hear that? Nope. Okay. Let's try and get through this because I'm getting hungry and annoyed now.
Yeah, and if I get finished early enough, I'm gonna meet my parents out for dinner. Police work is great!
It can't be just eating donuts, can it, Mac?
It's just what you would think. We send homeless people to shelters. We arrive at crime scenes after the criminals have left.
Hey, let's capture a big-time criminal! How? I have a plan!
It's pronounced. Mike says it's pronounced Grembra. Later.
So she's a hooker, Mac? What the fuck is
What
wrong with you?
hooker dresses like that?
I don't know if I should say this.
Say it.
Well, I mean, given this level of writing, I'm sure there's one hooker who looks like that, and the writer has made use of her services.
So what you're saying is, she's on what's-his-name's payroll.
Yes. Get it? Because he's a loser and has to pay for sex. But
Yes. I get it.
Alright,
Oh wait.
moving on.
Wait. But when the world needed him most, the Turner vanished. Ah, Captain Planet.
Right, and I'm a tourist!
And you guys are going to buy some pot and arrest that guy. Then what?
Then I throw a bucket of water on the Mac.
Then we get the guy to turn state's evidence on the big boss!
You're such a retard, Mac.
What? What? A bucket of what?
I think she was being sarcastic.
Okay.
Nah, I'm not sarcastic. That's his actual plan. This guy's a retard, I tell you.
Kenzie
See?
clearly has not researched early 2000s prostitute fashion. Well,
Oh, you know, I must have
that's good.
missed that class in fashion history.
Good, because I wouldn't talk to you otherwise. And Cam says, and you have?
Yeah. Okay, get in here.
Bagel says,
Come get your mic.
sex isn't real, idiot comic book writer. Okay, we need to stop interrupting. I'm so hungry.
See? My plan worked. We caught ourselves a criminal. Off panel.
Is this how you fight crime in the future, Mac?
There is no crime in the future.
Thanks to
Oh,
Captain
splendid,
Planet.
Mac. The human race progresses beyond petty selfishness?
Not exactly.
What?
We're still pretty petty. We just have no possessions. Your
Oh.
Dad made a fucking time machine
Well,
that
well,
he
imagine.
owned.
Well, imagine. Everyone sharing Earth's bounty and a great...
Not exactly.
What?
We don't own anything because we sold it all to AOL.
You're kidding me.
Topical.
You mean everyone on Earth sold everything they owned to America Online?
Right.
And what did you get in return?
Doc!
Stunk.
I'll take your entire stock.
I'm actually hoping for an aneurysm to kill me right now.
Oh no, don't kill.
Not without us, you're not.
Mike says, my goals are beyond your understanding, Sparkle Muffin. So that's a yes. Domination, police and perpetrators.
Get it. She's leading with a leash. Dressed like that.
Incarceration, prisons and prisoners. Adjudication, lawyers and judges.
It's funny because she's still dressed like that. Look at this. My hands are smudged. Ah!
9.
Here we go.
9.
Yeah.
9.
No.
That's good, you bad boy.
That's good, you bad boy. Oral arguments, you bad boy.
What's this joke?
I don't. I think the joke was, haha, she's saying something awkward to him, and then it's like, what if I made everyone say that? No, that's dumb. What do I get? Paid. Sigma music plays. You're not dying until we stream Chris Boars. Okay, fair. What the hell?
Is that you?
Who
I think that was you in the last stream, Manny. You give me like a goofy voice.
The what voice?
That fucking goofy voice.
Robber?
Oh. It's me with a lawyer, and I'm out of here. Good afternoon, young lady. I'm Matt Murdock.
Matt Murdock, also known as the vigilante Daredevil. Aren't you supposed to be... Wait, hey, you're supposed to be blind. How do you know I'm young?
My sixth sense for beauty. Or something.
So, correction. Good afternoon, m'lady.
I see. Your other senses compensate for your lack of moral sense.
Pardon?
You're faking blindness to get the judge's sympathy. I have no evidence to back this up, but I just think that.
We're getting off on the wrong foot.
Lol, getting off.
Ha! But you don't even need feet, counselor. You can just slither like the snake.
Judgmental bitch.
Listen, my client was properly acquitted. The police manual provides that officers must emphasize public safety. I prove that the arrested officer's shoes were untied.
I'm wearing pumps!
That's a technicality.
You're a menace for putting a criminal back out in the streets, Mac.
That is his job.
To be fair, the criminal was incredibly incompetent. Criminal, the foundation of American justice is that every citizen has a right to representation and...
Every lawyer is entitled to a fee.
Well, it's their job. You get paid for doing a job.
Yeah, not very good commentary here. Wait, what am I saying? This is Marville.
Dude, you screwed up everything. We're tracking down the head of all crime in New York.
The Kingpin.
And you got him off before he could tell us who he works for.
The Kingpin.
Now we'll never know his name.
Whose name?
The Kingpin of Crime.
Right, go get him. Oh my god.
Read it.
It's what Mike said. He's faking blindness to make a Ray Charles Tulpa.
Call back.
Now that's settled, how about dinner?
Go get who?
Who's on first? Kingpin's the boss.
I'm asking you the name of the kingpin of crime.
No, I am not okay with that last joke. Do not bring that into this, you fucking hack. What's on second? Later. Raptor.
Oh yeah. Oh, I didn't see like the question marks there, but that was so nice of Matt to give us the Kingpin's name, Mac.
He's a jerk.
Try this, Mac.
Embarrassed. I think that's you.
No, that's definitely what was this guy's name again? I forgot.
Now all we need to do.
Bottom of the panel.
Yeah, I don't know. No, that's still WoW.
Oh, it isn't.
What do you mean? Oh wait, that line.
Yeah.
I completely didn't see it on my first reading of this.
There we go. We've got there.
Now all we need to do is to find the Kingpin's headquarters, Mac.
Look, it's Spider-Man. Betcha he can help us. Oh boy.
Can I be Spider-Man?
Sure.
I've been after that red menace for years.
I thought Spider-Man was a good guy, Mac.
He's always around crime scenes. He must be a criminal.
That's like saying firemen are pyromaniacs, Mac.
I've heard that too. Freeze.
Excuse me,
May.
dear. Would you please let this young man finish helping me before you start having sex with him for money?
I'm not a hooker. I'm a pig.
That's nice, dear. What is this?
This isn't funny. Spidey, do you know where the Kingpin's headquarters are?
I sure do, old chap, but it's a dangerous place.
Just tell us so we can capture him.
I'll do it, old chap, but only if I can help.
Ruff.
This is a dump, Mac. It can't be it. The bowling alley is a front, Mac, old chap.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure it is, old chap.
I'm gunning for the Kingpin.
Don't shoot us! We're after him too! I'm a cop!
Sorry, but I'm the Punisher. The system
Of
puts
course you are.
criminals back on the street, so I shoot first and ask questions later.
But what if they're innocent, old chap?
Like us!
We're innocent, Mac.
You almost killed us!
I said sorry. I'll blast my way in through the loading dock.
I'll climb up the walls, old chap.
I'll go through the ventilation system!
Wait, hang on. Need some more. Doorbell, Mac.
Doorbell.
Hey, aren't you that guy from The Sopranos, an American crime drama television series created by
No,
David
Raptor.
Chase?
I'm getting
Nanny.
out this season before I get typecast.
Ugh. The fuck? We're here for the Kingpin.
He's on the 70th floor. You'll need a visitor's pass.
Well, that was easy enough, Mac.
Ding. crash, squeak, crish.
Let's swing, old chap.
Let's blast.
Let's knock. Oh, let's knock, chap. Mac, I get confused with my characters. And also, I called Deadpan Kingpin.
Raptor, you already are voicing
Yeah.
2 people, and so am I. Let Manny voice Kingpin.
You sure?
No. Raptor, you take him.
Okay.
Mr. Kingpin!
May I help you?
Yes, well, but it's not just about helping me. It's about helping the whole world. Gosh, you see, Mr. Kingpin, we came to ask you to stop crime.
And quite frankly, we must insist.
People commit crimes because they are hungry, or hopeless, or disenfranchised. That's why so many Marvel fans fall into a life of crime. At least DC fans have some interest in material they can read. They can see that path that other DC writers have taken to success.
Raptor, you gotta read it correctly, because it
Nope,
doesn't work.
You do.
Nope.
Raptor.
They are not. Do I have to?
Yes.
Yeah.
The
Otherwise, the joke doesn't work.
well, not the joke, but the stupid line.
Oh yeah.
Fine.
The
Uh,
commentary.
That is why so many black people fall into lives of crime. At least the whites have some hope. They can see that path that other whites have taken to success. The only light the black kid sees leads into a sports arena. When that fails for 99,999% of them, they have no hope at all.
Okay, but who gets punished?
I'm just one man. I do get things organized and make a little pocket money in the process. But I cannot stop crime. Nobody can, but everybody can.
Well, that's something to think about.
No, get your flabby butts out of my
No!
Raptor,
Yes.
you have to say it right.
Okay. No, get your flabby white butts out of my space.
Please stop reading it like that, for the love of God.
I mean, you're lucky that I had Raptor read it.
Who are you and where is the Kingpin?
No way you're the head of all crime in New York City.
Hey, aren't you American director Spike Lee?
Why?
I think
Why
maybe
is
it's because
this just a hodgepodge of who's popular at the time?
Fucking Spike Lee.
You got some reason I can't play the Kingpin? Tell you what the real reason is. I'll tell you what, the real reason is as white as the nose on your face.
Easy, big fella.
Are you saying that black people can't be criminals?
It's just that I've heard all about the Kingpin, even seen photos.
Yeah?
And he's tall, fat, and white and handsome.
Oh, I see where this is going. I feel like my life is one long contrived Marvel comic book. Get it? Get it? Do you fucking get it?
How does that make you feel, Mac?
Stupid. Oh, your prayer's getting answered, Manny.
Yes!
Crime fighting is a stupid way to use my powers.
You don't have...
5002 AD. Al's parents, Ted and Jane. I was thinking.
Again, teddy bear?
I know how we could get our son back to the future!
Back home with us, honey bun?
I know exactly what to send him. here and now.
Before I can be a hero, I have to figure what's right and what's wrong. We need to figure out the meaning of life, where it all started, and where we're all going.
For Zap.
Zap. Looks like your parents sent you something from the future, Mac.
The time machine!
To be continued if we're...
Can we not?
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna be real and say I'm sorry. I'm sorry I showed you this, guys. Like, this will be funny.
Raptor, you can't talk your way out of getting... The beating will happen!
No, really, I'm sorry I showed you this. Like, this is not joke like me. I'm sorry.
You can't talk... The beatings will happen!
It's okay. Honestly, though, this was before the Daredevil movie, but they're trying to say the Kingpin has to be white, but everybody loved Michael Clark Duncan as the Kingpin.
So that joke doesn't make any sense, to be honest.
Yep.
I can't be surprised.
Also, rest in peace, Michael Clark Duncan. I miss him.
Yeah.
He was a good actor.
But yes, Ted Turner was back, almost as exciting as the return of Jan Struthers.
Remember that.
Simpler times. I got the lint. There you go, Mike. Ted ain't cutting it. I need the spinning seal.
Yay.
All right, and this time it wasn't so bad, so I can say 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3. What the heck is bothering me?
Eat a Snickers, Manny.
The beating will Pippin. Kenzie's fractured internet 2022.
Am I cutting out?
You were for just a second there.
It didn't really cut up for me, to be honest.
Alright, so, that was issue number 2 of Marville. The political commentary really went up to 11 with this one. But like you said...
That's one way of putting it.
At least they played both sides, and it was equally stupid for both sides, although it was meant to be clever.
Even though they still probably have no idea what jokes they're even trying to go with.
Oh, he certainly knew he was going with, I got typecast, ho ho.
What was that?
Bless. Jan Struthers feels so long ago now. It's almost been a year. Because last week was Raptor's anniversary, which was when we started Empress Teresa, and I think Jan showed up in like chapter 2 or 3. So yeah.
Around then, yeah.
It's been a year since we started Jan Struthers. Just that line, yeah, but can't miss a joke. Yeah. Oh my god. So, well, next week for Hot Beans, I'm happy to say we'll have more scary stories to tell in the dark.
Yay!
And
Thank
hopefully
you.
Gemma can join us again, and we'll have some more rituals for Cold Beans. I haven't dated.
Even though we all collectively agree that Scary Stories is good, but we just had fun.
Yeah, Hot Beans because they're fun.
Yeah, because we just liked shooting the shit while we were reading that.
Yeah. I haven't day drunk on your stream since Teresa, this throwback for sure. You can if you're 8.
Yeah, I haven't drank on stream in a long time.
Neither have I.
Mostly because I almost died last time I tried.
I almost died the last time as well, just because it was fucking Empress Teresa.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was it, like the 200 kids they had or something?
Ugh.
It was actually 420
I missed
kids.
most of that, but I did will come back to rewatch.
And I just can't help but remember when we were doing the Save the Creepypastas wiki the day before, and Mike just said, Vince, 2 words. Jew Island. What?
Yeah.
And then we explained Jew Island to Vince, and he just lost it.
Yep.
Still one
He
of my
wouldn't have been so taken aback if he watched them.
a full year. Hot damn. Hell yes, I love those. Scurry Sturries to sell in the park. But
And
yeah,
yet that somehow managed to be more clever a parody than everything we had just read.
but anyone watching the future, yes, while it sounds horrible, you should go and watch our reading of Empress Teresa.
All of them.
And you should like, comment, and subscribe.
All of them.
Yeah, go read all, what was it, like 26 parts?
I think 23 or 22.
They were all 10 though, so no Sweet Home Alabama. I think genuinely Raptor was right, it was 420 children. God. I'm not even gonna make a 420 joke because Bhutan doesn't deserve that.
And if anything, he'd probably be very indignant about it.
Yeah. And you're right, Raptor, it was 22.
22 stories.
Oh, but yes, someone go and give the finale of Empress Teresa a view so it can go up to 69 views?
Oh my god, is it almost there?
Almost.
Exciting.
The funny
Go
sex
watch
number.
it for the sheer fact that I had to leave at the end to go throw up.
I remember that. I don't know why I'm laughing.
I can laugh about it now. It was funny. I drank on an empty stomach. I drank way too much wine, stronger the stuff than I normally drink when we would read Empress Teresa, and
Oh, and also,
I got too drunk.
looking through the videos, everybody go and watch our reading of The Showers. It has too few and it's an amazing story. Watch
That
it.
was a good story. I think I was at my grandma's house when we streamed that.
I believe you're correct.
I was there with Eli.
But I really need food now. So
Yeah.
thank you all for joining us. I hope you enjoyed what you could. I think Gemma ate her singular mashed potato and then dipped out because she hated Marville so much.
We cannot blame her. One more thing. Mike, Teresa offers you the booth. Do you accept?
No, because it
No.
probably came from her torso after a fox coughed it into there.
Ugh.
So, we'll see if, once again, if Gemma and I will be reading more Cold Granite this Thursday. I hope so, because I was really enjoying that. And